To Bazaar morning call. Well, for now, the SGX Nifty is indicating a minor green start. So let's see how things go. But there are plenty of stocks to talk about. So without wasting any time, let's get Dipan Mehta, Director at Elixir Equities, to join in. Dipan, good morning. I wanted to first ask you about what's happening in this whole platform space, right? Once again, there's large selling that's taking place in Nykaa. Lighthouse will be selling about 0.65%. In delivery as well, Carlyle will be selling. What do you do with the stock now? Nykaa is at 183. Does the risk reward look favorable for investors, or do you still avoid such names?
Yeah, good morning, Sonia, and thanks for having me on your show. The only silver lining in this entire selling is that actually the stock is being absorbed. Although prices have corrected significantly from their listing, the new investors are coming in with their eyes wide open, and they are also marquee investors. So obviously they see the future in these companies, which is why they are buying and committing such huge amount of money. So trends like this usually suggest that stock is moving from weak hands to strong hands, and that's always positive. I think a kind of a base is being formed in all of these platform companies. And as and when I think the selling pressure abates, you will see follow-up buying coming through from maybe retail investors, other institutions as well. Right now, everybody is just running scared because of the way the prices are correcting. But at some point of time, when they stop falling, you will see a greater interest and maybe some sort of a support coming through, and then they can build on that after that. But all in the end of the day, I think these are great businesses. It's just that the street and all of us got the valuation wrong. But these things tend to correct over a period of time.
Okay, all right. Dipan, yesterday we had done this interview with ITD Cementation, and the management is sounding very, very confident. I think you've had a look at that. I'm not sure whether or not we can play a bite. But tell us, what's your outlook on the infra theme? Not too many players out there. And, valuation-wise, some of these companies could look good, but obviously there are so many uncertainties. Your take on the company or any other from the infra space?
Yeah, good morning, Nigel. Yes, I did see the interview. And again, first, the disclosure that we and our clients are invested in ITD Cementation, and the stock has given excellent returns in the past couple of years or so. What we like best about ITD is the corporate governance standards. You see, the engineering construction space, there are many risks when it comes to corporate governance. There are risks as regards capital allocation as well. And many of the companies in the engineering space or construction space have committed huge capital to execute the projects themselves. And that's not the case with ITD. Also, it's a quality player. I mean, on the lines of L&T, although it doesn't take such large projects as L&T, but it's a quality player, excellent track record, and very sound management, which is based on engineering and technology skills. Valuations are attractive, and there's great visibility when it comes to earnings. So very positive on ITD Cementation. And even after this run-up, we feel the stock can do pretty well over the next 2-3 years or so. The kind of bids that they have put in, the kind of projects which are coming up, I think next they shouldn't have a problem as far as order booking is concerned for the next many quarters or so. And margins also are stable, gradually increasing as they pick and choose which projects are profitable and bid for only those projects.
I mean, if the turnaround does happen, it will be a big turnaround story, right, Dipan? I mean, they went through all that trouble a couple of years back in Calcutta, etc. All right, two listings yesterday, Dipan. Hi. So 5-Star and Archean, right? One is a largely bulk commodity company. The other, of course, is a NBFC. 5-Star, they had to cut the size of the IPO, but you look at the price action yesterday. Started 5% lower, and then at one point was up 12. Any thoughts on both these names?
Yeah, good morning, Prashant. Sorry to not having a comment on these two companies. I would actually stop looking at the IPO market for the time being, for reasons being that we hardly get any allocation on the retail side. And then on post-listing, 3-6 months down the line, there's a great deal of uncertainty as to where the prices will be around. And then there's the selling pressure by investors once the lock-in gets over. So it's a bit of a confusing picture. These are great companies, no doubt, but if I see them 6-12 months down the line, maybe you would have a more informed view and maybe more accurate in terms of valuation as well.
Okay, so let's talk about travel, right? Something that everyone is interested in towards the